All right, time for the championship. Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you, OJ.
I'm the crossfalling champion. Nobody's gonna stop me, not even you.
Yeah, as if Hufflepuff Slytherin rules. All right, ready, set, duel.
Crush it up!
Holy dude!
Take that! Hufflepuff in my nut!
Where are you going? I'm not done with you!
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. Thanks for all the kind words in my first video. Everything's calmed down here. I've got talked to a couple detectives today, so they're working on that, on locating this individual, and I think it would be awesome if they spent the rest of their life in prison. But that said, there's other stuff going on, like important stuff, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles drama and Angry Joe melting down on Twitter so badly that he's actually trending at this point because he couldn't possibly understand why people didn't like the new April O'Neil design in the new Seth Rogan's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. Now, I'll say this. I watched the trailer. I kind of nothinged it. I will say the art style of it was different. I don't know if I liked it or not. It was kind of hard to watch with all the cuts and stuff. But again, I said, like, the show is clearly targeted towards a much younger audience. So, you know, it didn't appeal to me at all. It wasn't like so many of those shows that maybe you'd see and then you'd have it like, you might see a reboot from your youth and you would expect to still enjoy it. This doesn't seem like it's targeted towards me. However, the meltdown ever since after his video got ratioed about it has been amazing. We're going to get into that after a super quick word from this video sponsor, MetaPCs. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, MetaPCs. Look, you've been around, you know that I've been talking about MetaPCs for a very long time. In fact, it's the primary computer I use. But it's not just because they're a sponsor. It's for so many more reasons. They have fully customizable, configurable PCs and all the hardest to find parts in stock and ready to go. They also have ready to ship PCs ready for you today. Here's a couple reasons why I like MetaPCs. First and foremost, it's veteran ownership. MetaPCs is a veteran-owned business. One of Meta's owners has served both in Afghanistan and Iraq and received a Purple Heart for his service. Meta also employs military veterans in Meta's Operations Center and also provides systems to veterans going back to school to help them re-enter the workforce all across the United States. They offer financing. It has 100% US-based sales and support. And when you receive your PC, it's ready to go right out of the box. You don't have to get complicated and set things up. You just plug it all in and you're ready to rock. And on top of that, MetaPCs is offering you, my viewer, a huge discount when you use the link in the description or you use promo code TheQuartering. If you use my code at checkout, not only do you save money, but you support my content and a company that will not bow to cancel culture. So maybe you're not ready to pick up a new computer today, but when you are, remember to go to metapcs.com and use promo code TheQuartering to support me and to save money. And everybody wins. Obviously, you might not be in the market right this second, but remember promo code TheQuartering when you do, and I'll leave a link in the description below to some pre-builds that we did, but also they do custom builds and all that kind of stuff too. Now, it all started yesterday where Eric July, a fellow YouTuber, had, by the way, great YouTuber. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, check out his comic book, ESOM, and so much more. Had done a video in response to Angry Joe, essentially including him in a screenshot and then calling him like the P word or something like that. To which Joe replies, "I think you need to apologize for popping off and having your fans come at me. I wasn't talking to you. You were only shown because some moron had quote tweeted your tweet. None of what I said is even applied to you. It's weird you think it did. It's your energy that needs to change." And what was this in response to? Well, Eric put out this video, very angry, rightfully so, that Angry Joe had like used his image and essentially said, hey, if you don't like if you don't like these things, if you don't like the new April O'Neil, then you're a P word, or you want to just pleasure yourself to it. This is very common. And then what happened was TMNT, his angry trailer reaction, had 5,000 downvotes minimum. And obviously, it's way worse. But now, Angry Joe requests apology from ESOM creator Eric July after July called him out on his false accusations over April O'Neil's race swap. So what a lot of people on the left are saying is that, oh, April O'Neil was always black, but like, that's simply not true. Like, the idea that, that deal was hilariously debunked by Eric July. Joe Vargas went after Eric July, Ripaverse colorist Gabe Elteeb, and Shane Davis and YouTuber Melanie Mack, and Twitter user Avatar Politico, accusing them of racism and wanting to be interested in the young ones for their reaction to not only the race swapping of April O'Neil, but also the dumpy character design in the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem film. July criticized the race swap and design in the writing on Twitter. Tell me you didn't pay money for this new TMNT animated reboot opts to tokenize April O'Neil as a fat black woman. This has resulted in fake fans spreading already debunked information. DOA full video is live on YouTube. Then, of course, Elite Gabe, I'll just say, quote tweeted Eric July saying April O'Neil is white, redheaded lady. Just stop, you dummies. Davis also shared his thoughts on Twitter. I know the attack on redheads is real, but come on, April O'Neil is white. And then Melanie Mack, as always, people are pulling the race card on any April O'Neil criticism, white activists at that. April is supposed to be beautiful. They could have given us a cute black April, but they made her ugly on purpose. Race plays no role in that. Well, true. Then Joe Vargas basically calls everyone, a racist if they point out the fact that they race swapped her or that they want to sleep with her, even though she's 12 years old. Now, of course, Joe thinks April O'Neil is 12 years old. Maybe she is in this version, but she definitely wasn't in the current versions. Davis responded to Vargas tweeting, no, it's already bad because it doesn't respect the source material. It's woke and creatively bankrupt and can't create anything new of value. So you attach a loved IP with forced diversity. Davis also responds to Vegas's accusations on YouTube saying, I want an April O'Neil that was in the original content, that she was a reporter, meaning an actual news reporter. I would still like that if it's okay with you, Angry Joe. That is trying to get the scoop on these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Foot Clan and all of that. I would like to have that. I would still like, because I'm a fan, I would like my character to not be race swapped. Make a new character, if you will. If you want a black woman in the film, just make a character that's a black woman and sell me on that character. Don't take an already established character that people seem to love and adore. That's really a big part of the folklore of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, you cannot make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles anything without April O'Neil. Specifically addressing Vargas' accusation of racism, I personally just don't like straight up being called racist for just not agreeing with the race swap of the character. That doesn't make me racist. July went on YouTube after his response, also saying after reading Vargas' tweet, July came to the conclusion, so he's either likening me to a racist or likening me to, well, the P word. He does that by showing me actually right here, showing something like this, so they go on. So then he went on to indicate that he planned to confront Joe Vargas in person. Now, he didn't make any threats, but said he was going to bring it up. In response to July's video, Vargas had the gall to ask for an apology. He wrote on Twitter, I think you need to apologize for popping off and having your fans come at me, which is not something Eric July did. I wasn't talking to you. You were only shown because some moron quote tweeted your tweet. He then claimed none of it was applied to you. He concluded the video clarifying his comments on that he would confront Vargas. In the event that we were at a con, I'm going to see him and we're going to address it. That does not mean I'm going to punch him. That means we're talking about it. And I'm saying I'm not one of those people that shy away from confrontation, blah, blah, blah. We saw that in the video yesterday. July responded noting that he had no intention of apologizing. I'm not apologizing for anything. You put it up in the post, it's still up, and you included me. If you're excluding me and didn't mean it, then you go to track the post or add clarity. Gabe isn't a moron, by the way. Stop with that ho stuff. Words to think I did. Your post includes me. If it's a mistake, say that, but don't act like it's some irrational position. After getting called out on 2 lies, Vargas continued to double down and then lied again, claiming that July threatened him when he made it clear in his video that he would confront him over his comments but would not raise his hands. Vargas replied, "Of course you aren't. And you also want to threaten me in person over this stuff. You got some big head thinking I'm over here directly addressing you in my tweet, now doubling down, real tough guy over a cartoon character. That's real hoe stuff. Stop embarrassing yourself." Not sure I would want to escalate with Eric July, but, you know, the guy gets 2 workouts in before lunch, so I'm not sure I would. But July wasn't having any of this lie either. He responded, "I didn't threaten you, but you absolutely should be pulled up on from facing the people you liken to P words or call them racist. They're nothing to be embarrassed about." Vargas continued to try and twist July's words and even attempted to play victim after he was the one who first made the accusations against July and others. He said, "You said you're going to come at me in real life and see me. I wouldn't have this energy in person." What? Well, he wouldn't. "You injected yourself. I should be pulled up on. Calm the F down. You're being purposely offended now. You ain't got to get bent out of shape. It's over." Of course, July responded, "I'm coming to see you at an event. We're at the same place. I didn't inject myself. You're the one that made the tweet with me in it." And, you know, I mean, like, yeah, that's super. I mean, I would say that that's reasonably. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without bringing up Trump. He says, "Of course you are. You want to threaten me. You know, stop embarrassing yourself." He says, "Oh, I see what's going on here. Is he and his crowd right-leaning or like mega conservatives? What with the libtard stuff? I have plenty of conservative views, only on 2A, and that's it. Which I will give him credit for. I have plenty of conservative views. This all comes suddenly to make sense more, though. Thanks, man. Hey, you all voting for Trump the second go around? Ha 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 ha." And a lot of people are saying, "Joe, why are you this way?" I mean, like, the double and the tripling down. I mean, I guess I know a little bit something about pouring dirt on my own problems, but you know, this guy's, you know, I don't know. You know, I'm not sure how his channel's doing. It's kind of hard out there for us old head YouTubers. You know, I don't know if his channel's still growing. Maybe it is. He's got 3.3 million subscribers. That's pretty good. And he hasn't gained a single subscriber all year. In fact, he lost 10,000 in January, and then he gained 10,000 in April of last year. So he hasn't gained any subscribers at all. And this is a channel that used to get, you know, 20 million views, 20, 30, 40 million views. Now is basically toast. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. This is what happens when you're a video game reviewer and you have to get super political, but it's been fun to watch. I side with Eric July here, and I think Angry Joe just didn't like the energy that he brought to confront him over an absurd assertion. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.